Hi, folks, and welcome to week 5 of online AP Stats. Three things I want to talk about in here. The Chapter 1 test did wrap up, and the multiple choice, if you saw this update post that I did later last week, talked about how the 11-point multiple choice test was being scored. 10 of those questions were multiple choice, so 10 points of that came from there. Based on how many you got correct in total of those 10, that's with the full points or the half points if you got half credit. These are how the points were awarded for the multiple choice. I also put a comment in your Skyward grade saying how many of the 10 multiple choice you did get correct. Once I gave you this score, I then looked at the additional 1 point little free response at the end that was graded, and whatever you got of that 1 point was tacked onto your score for a total of possibly 11 points. That free response was also 11 points, so they were nicely equally balanced, just like your actual exam is going to be in May. So that's how that was scored. The second thing I want to talk about is the retake. If you're interested in doing a Chapter 1 retake, everyone officially did qualify to retake if they wanted to. Keep in mind the retake is only worth up to a B. So if you did not get at least a B on the exam, you may want to consider retaking. To retake, go into the Chapter 1 folder and just scroll all the way down to our testing folder right here. Click on in here and you're going to see the directions for the retake. Now, the retake test is now officially starting. So on Monday, if you want to be interested in a retake, please come and see me. If you look at the multiple choice retake, the deadline is going to be on win time. That is the only time you can actually do retakes is during the win hour. So please sign up for either win 1 or win 2 for this Thursday, October 6th, to actually do the retake. Now, to do the relearning for that, you do have to come to my room for this one. If you read the directions, you have to get your multiple choice test out, and you have to kind of go through each one that you got wrong, explain for all 5 choices why the 4 of them were wrong and why the 1 was correct. Once you have that done, then you would upload that relearning to this relearning assignment. That's your ticket to retake the exam on Thursday during win time. This relearning must be done before you can retake, so it has to be done again by the 6th. Just as normal, please do sign up on the testing reservation form that you're retaking the multiple choice if you choose to do so. The other one is if you want to retake the free response. This one too, the deadline is going to be this Thursday during win time. It is a paper-based exam. These are different questions, folks. They're not the same questions as it should be. What you need to do for that is you need to come in and look at your exam. And then we're going to go back to the very front packet page of your packet, and it's going to talk about the try these practice problems. These try these practice problems are actually embedded in the Schoology Learning. Those are those additional problems. They're in your note packets, and I post the solutions. So what you're going to do is go to your free response exam, identify what was the learning target you got wrong. Maybe you didn't do the outlier test properly. If that's the case, then you would, for example, look at Learning Objective 1.3c, and you would go into your note packet or into the folder for 1.3c, try these extra practice problems on your own paper, check the answers that are posted. You're going to do all of that relearning, and similar to the multiple choice, you would upload a photo of your relearning here prior to the retake and then sign up on the testing reservation form. That's pretty much the process for anything that is retakeable in here. So let me know if you have questions or are interested in doing a retake. The third thing is our deadlines that we have this week. If I take a look at the calendar here, Chapter 1 is going to be moved down. We are in Chapter 2, which is a very short chapter. We do have a deadline this week. Again, the first deadline is the retake. And I should say our deadline isn't this week for Chapter 2, just the Chapter 1 retake. That's the deadline for this Thursday. Chapter 2, the deadline we have on this one looks like we are scheduled for Friday, October 7th. So we do. Here is our deadline, and here I just see it right there. So the mid-chapter deadline, what it says for this one is if you look at that sheet I gave you, that one-page document, everything up to the chapter, mid-chapter free response needs to be completed by Friday, the 7th by 3 p.m. So if I go into our folder here for Chapter 2, let's just look and see what work that is. It's going to include Section 21 ABC, 21 DE, 22 AD, 22C, and then the mid-chapter free response. So all of these assignments here must be done again by Friday, October 7th by 3 p.m. to get full credit and to possibly qualify for a retake for Chapter 2 if needed. Do keep in mind the Chapter 2 test is just a one-day test. This is a combined one with both multiple choice and free response. So a few less multiple choice questions and a few less free response to make up a one-day test for that. This is very much a computational chapter, so make sure you have your graphing calculators because you're going to learn how to use your graphing calculators, which I highly recommend that you do for chapter 2. It's a really nice way to do your work without having to actually use the additional tables or to do a lot of the math calculations by hand. So let me know what questions you have as you dive into your chapter 2 learning. Swing by my room, C205, or shoot me an email if you have any questions. Have a great week and see you soon.